The Torah in this week's portion, Terumah, describes with great detail the holy tabernacle, the Mishkan, that was created in the desert. Of course, this was a forerunner of the Beis Hamikdash, our holy temple. The tabernacle, the Mishkan, had an outer wall that is sort of encompassed everything. And the Torah tells us that there was a crossbar that went through the entire outer wall from one min hakotze el hakotze, from one end to the other. There's an amazing history to that crossbar. The Targum Yonason explains that crossbar was made from the trees of Abraham, that Abraham planted, our father Abraham planted in Beersheba. And the commentaries explain, this is, and of course, the trees are spoken about in the book of Bereshis, and this symbolized the kindness and compassion and love that our father Abraham generated to all. And he created this through these trees. He created the opportunity for people to come and sit, and he was able to generate kindness and love and compassion and give food and drink and, of course, bring people closer to God. So what happened with these trees that were planted in Beersheba? And Targum Yonason explains that when we were crossing the sea, an angel came, went to Beersheba, pulled up the trees of Abraham, brought it over to the sea, and as the sea was splitting, the angel took this tree and put it into the water. And the tree was actually floating at the time of the Kriyas Yam, at the time of the splitting of the sea. This tree was now floating in the water. And as we were crossing, the angel called out, "This is the tree that your father Abraham planted." And the Targum Yonason explains that we, our ancestors, took that tree and carried it into the desert and used it as the center plank for the Mishkan, for the tabernacle in the desert. Rabbi Mordechai Mann explains the significance of using that specific piece of wood. It was just not a piece of wood. It was a tree that symbolized the kindness that our father Abraham stands for, the kindness that we as Jews stand for. And it was put into the tabernacle. What is the tabernacle? The tabernacle, the Mishkan, is a place of that symbolizes Torah, the study of Torah. It symbolizes avodah, the service to Hashem. And what does Abraham, our father, teach us? Symbolize gemilos chasodim, acts of kindness. And the powerful, magnificent message here is that beam, that cross beam, went through min hakotze el hakotze. Why does the Torah tell us it went from one end to the other? Torah could have said it just went through. Why does the Torah say it went from one end to the other? And I suggest that in our lives, as we serve God, and we want to serve God constantly, study of Torah, avodah, service of God, from one end to the other, we must never forget that what we stand for as Jews, acts of kindness. And in every minute of our lives, as we live our lives, we need to ask ourselves the question, am I performing acts of kindness to my ability right now? And there's always opportunities for kindness because we're not hermits and we interact with people constantly. At this very moment, from one end to the other, at this very moment, am I smiling? Am I generating good feeling? Am I generating love? And that's a question that needs to be asked from one end to the other, from the beginning of our lives till our very, very last breath. acts of kindness, chesed, and that ties it all in. Mishkan, tabernacle, Torah, avodah, study of Torah, service of God. The riach, the center core, the center beam, was planted by our father Abraham. Kindness. Every moment of our lives, every moment is a moment of opportunity. Am I excelling at this moment in the act of kindness to my fellow Jew, to my fellow man? Have a beautiful Shabbos.